what's something you did that made you stand out over others and maybe got you recognized at the management level? Anyone want to jump in?
Okay. So I guess for me, it was the fact that I started out trying to figure this CS thing on my own. The fact that I was having results. And those results were usually around, if the salesperson needed someone's reference. And they would come to me and say, who can you help me with? And I will tell them I have like these 4 accounts that you can talk to. That's already something that is showing results, like something that is working. The same thing with case studies. Like we're able to build a few case studies which are now posted on the website. So getting, as you're trying in customer success, everything is about just trying to help those customers be successful in their, in their own terms, with their own, in their own industry, with your product.
Right.
So anything related to that you can show, it's always helpful for you, for yourself, because that helps management take notice, like this person is doing something that is bringing value for the company and could be used with others. Right. So that really helped me like get noticed.
Did your manager come and say to you, Elizabeth, you need to do 4 case studies?
No, he didn't. It was like more of myself trying to push me to do more out of trying to see how can this product really grow, like our product. There's a lot of times, if you're working for a small company, your product is evolving. You want your product to succeed. So it's a lot of each of us to do that without anybody telling you, like, do this or do that, especially if you're in a small company. It takes a lot of one person to actually, if you believe in a product, you want your company to grow, you're going to try to do whatever you can to make that happen.
And I think what's important here is that what you did there, like you didn't just pick a random project that maybe you really like and just do it. I mean, that is a key strategic part of the business. It's going to help the business grow. So I think it's important, like everyone can work hard. They can do lots of different things, but it's not necessarily going to have the business impact. So you really have to understand, like, what is senior management? What are those key metrics? What do they value? And, one of the things I do is I go to other departments and I just say, like, hey, how can I help you? Like, what can I do to help? And just doing that is really like impactful. Cool. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I think I have one experience that stands out, and it was actually, I think my first couple of months into my role at Updater, and I inherited this huge multi-million-dollar account, really reputable real estate trust company, and they said they wanted to pilot our product, which was, always a little scary, and they were very, very high touch. They wanted a custom integration. They wanted very specific targeted trainings. They wanted insights and metrics from like day one that I was like, I don't even know if we have these insights. So I actually sat down with my manager, who's here right now, Brittany, and we literally took everything that the client was asking for and really tried to figure out what their goal was, like what was going to show them value. And then from there, we planned how we were going to actually take the 2 months that they were piloting and be really strategic with our efforts and how we were going to rally product or get our property management success team involved so that we could do some gamification. And so we did all of these different things, and we sat down and we prepared this like amazing QBR, and the next day we had it and it was decision time, and the client actually invited an exec into the meeting that we didn't know about, so that just like increased my nerves. But we were really prepared and kind of strategic about how we were going about everything. And I remember finishing the call and there was 3 of us sitting in a conference room. We were like, we have no idea. Like they didn't give us a lot back. Like we're not sure. And sure enough, like 5 minutes later, I got an email in my inbox and they were like, we're going to expand. Like we're so happy with the partnership. And it was just like this really like relief, but it was also a really proud moment because I think that we really, we took initiative, but in the right way. We didn't just give the client everything, and we just started to really build rapport, and now they're actually, I'd say, a champion of us. They fully expanded. They speak to investors on our behalf, and they speak to prospects in the industry, and they're driving some initiatives with us right now. So cool. I think that moment stands out.
So yeah, I mean, one thing, you can't half-ass it, especially when you have your largest customer. I think the other thing too is that a lot of people are preparing, like they take on the role of CSM. You have to work with other people, like you have to collaborate, and you have to collaborate with your manager. Like you shouldn't be, ashamed to go for help. I mean, that's what they're here for. They're going to help you. And so, yeah, Melisha, what is your key shining moment that stands out for you?
I'll give an example as a CSM, and then as I wanted to transition into management, so I can remember by the time I get there. So as a CSM, when I started at Bitly, a challenge that I faced was getting a new book of clients, pretty large book of clients, really great logos that I'm really excited about, that didn't really have any historical data behind them in regards to what we knew about them and how we were servicing them and how they even felt about us. And as a customer success manager, what I would suggest and what I did that helped me kind of stand out was, instead of getting bogged down in what I don't have, I just went for that book and prioritized things and made sure I started building those relationships, even though I have to start from scratch, to get those clients where they need to be and make sure that they're healthy and ready for whatever their next step is. And I think that really helped to differentiate me from anyone else, because it just showed initiative, which is super important, and also the willingness to just take something that might be garbage at the time and like not in a good state, and work to fix it versus ask, why was this handed to me?
Cool.
So I think showing that initiative and that willingness to just work with something was really allowed me to show what I'm capable of doing. And then going into the team lead role from being a customer success manager, I'm just going to be totally honest, you got to go for it. Sometimes people will approach you, your manager might approach you and be your best advocate, but and that's awesome. But then sometimes also you see an opportunity, you think that's somewhere you can excel, you ask for a meeting, and don't just ask for the job. Bring something to the table. So bring like a 30, 60, 90 plan, maybe have something in a presentation format. Share what you would do to get to solve initial challenges and also future challenges that that person could relate to, and that really helped me speak to our CRO at the time about not why do I want this promotion and why do I want to potentially lead this team, because team lead meant also having a book of clients and taking on 2 roles, that I was up for the challenge, but also what I could show in this amount of time, and that actually was super impactful and was able to allow me to move into that role.